I want you to really know what it means to be a goddess, or for the gentleman watching the channel, a god, someone who knows their worth and value, someone who isn't begging for love, isn't chasing affection, doesn't feel unworthy and undeserving and not good enough to be loved the way that their heart truly wants to be loved. So stay tuned if you want to hear more about this. Hey everyone, I am Kim Velez, a conscious life and success coach, and I'm so happy to be here with you today. If you're new, welcome. If you're not new, welcome back. And this channel is all about just being the best you. Not that there's anything wrong with the old you, but to not be the version that doesn't know their worth and value, to no longer be the version who is living a limited life, a life that is not satisfying to them in maybe all areas or some areas. And we really tackle the real ways of how you reprogram your mind and start becoming the version. So you start changing your reality, you start becoming the version of you in the wish fulfilled, and then you can sustain the reality you want. Somebody had emailed me the other day and asked, something of a question along the lines of, I watched other coaches and they say you don't have to work on your self-concept to manifest your specific person. And I don't read my emails. I just saw the subject line. I have Hannah and another girl, Kirsten, who checks the emails for me. But honestly, I say run from those people, because why the fuck do you want to hyper focus on someone outside of you if you don't even believe and know how amazing and incredible you are? Now, we know we've talked a lot about self-concept. It is the key. Neville was clear about it too. I don't care what other people say, but it's really understanding that if your belief system, since your thoughts and beliefs are what create your reality, so it's really easy to figure this out. If your beliefs and assumptions of your self-concept when it comes to your love life and relationships is not good, if you have historically manifested in people, whether it's the specific person and multiple times, and you just get toxic behavior, you don't get the commitment, you feel rejected, you feel not good enough, you feel like you're always chasing and begging in love. If this has been your history, then guess what, guys? You need a new self-concept when it comes to how you see yourself and love. And your reality is not going to shift much differently if you don't work on that and reprogram your mind to know your worth and value as a magnetic goddess. And this is the truth. I know from my own personal experience, as well as just working with the thousands of people that I get to work with. And it's really understanding that you don't have to have good self-concept to manifest your specific person but you're not going to get the version of them to dominantly show up the way that you desire. You're not going to get the relationship experience you want, which most of you want to feel loved, valued, have a safe, loving, harmonious connection. And you're not going to feel good about yourself in the process because your belief system says, this doesn't happen to me, I'm not good enough, I don't get chosen. So all of that is not going to manifest in the desired outcome you want, where it sticks and it's sustainable and you feel as best as you can along the way. So it really is important to work on your self-concept so that you get what you actually want, and then you learn how to keep it through the reprogramming of your mind and working through any triggers that show up. This is why a lot of people don't get what they want, because they're so hyper focused on the specific person first and they're not really working on themselves. Which, guys, stop being in that codependent way of thinking that I need them to be different so I feel different. Like, that's the same old story. Nothing's changed. You haven't changed. Your story of them hasn't changed enough, and you're just going to keep manifesting in the same bullshit. You won't keep what you actually want. And I'm not going to go deep into this video because I've talked about this to massive great lengths. Go try it. Go try it. Go listen to those coaches, do what they say, and watch how you don't get what you want. Watch how you manifest your person, but you still feel insecure. You still feel not good enough. You're still dominantly fixated on the shitty version of them when they're back in your life, and watch how your 3D reflects that back to you, and you just rinse and repeat the same cycles. And when you get tired of that, I'm here, my loves. I am here for you. I have your fucking back. So to be understanding who you are in love, it's for you to start saying this and affirming this and thinking from this perspective. Now, everybody's different with how often they need to think, because it really depends on how often your brain is naturally going to an unfavorable story about you, love, relationship, specific person, all of the above. So you're really, remember, you're not affirming to change outside of you. You're affirming because you're focusing on an internal experience that supports the story of you knowing how amazing and incredible you are. When you build up your self-confidence, because that's what it is, you're changing the story of you, your self-concept, how you see yourself in relation to love. When you build up the confidence in knowing your worth and value, you are fucking unstoppable. This is why those of you that have really good natural assumptions in other areas of your life, where you know how you see yourself in that story, or in that area of your life, I should say, like money or career or success or a hobby you do or some kind of sport, you're crushing it, you're killing it, it's because you know you're fucking good. You know you can do this. It is believable to you. It is achievable. You've already done it. And so you keep doing it. When you have moments of insecurity or doubt, you say, this is who I am. Everything's going to be okay. You trust in who you are in that area of your life. So a lot of us didn't have that kind of upbringing when it came to our specific person or love, because of our limiting beliefs that we have adopted from childhood and just what was modeled for us, the dominant story that was kind of told to us, or it imprinted on our subconscious mind through various different ways as we've matured in life, as definitely as growing up, when your mind is impressionable the most. And you now have this story of love. You have this story of you and your importance when it comes to people you deem important in your life. So all of that's already formulated early on in childhood development, early on in your life, and then you manifest those experiences and through your subconscious programming as an adult without being aware of it. So I don't really care what these other coaches say, because I know what the truth is, and they're wrong in that, and they're going to just keep leading you down the shitty rabbit hole of unfulfillment, of losing, or I don't want to say losing, but manifesting out what it is that you desire. Like, it doesn't stick, and you don't feel good about you, and you want to feel good about you. Why the fuck wouldn't you want to feel good about you? Why do you want to wake up every day? I know for me, this was the game changer for me when I said, I'm going to master everyone as you pushed out. I no longer want to be the same version of me when I'm interested in a man and I have romantic feelings for him, or I see him as a certain way, that I put him on the pedestal automatically. I devalue myself in the process, and then I subconsciously did not believe I was good enough because of my childhood programming. And then I would manifest in a whole turnaround that was not favorable for me. And I did it over and over again with the same specific persons multiple times. I always manifested them back more than at least 3 or 4 times. And them just rinsing and repeating the same cycle, and me, because I was the same me. I couldn't trust in when they were giving me what I wanted. I couldn't believe in it. I kept looking for, how this is not going to work, what was wrong with this picture, because my self-concept was not matching the version of them that wanted me wholeheartedly. My self-concept said, no, girl, this is not who you are. You don't get this. This doesn't happen to you. That was my belief system subconsciously. So it wasn't until I worked through that with this current SP that I had manifested in multiple times as well, rinsing, repeating the same cycles, that I allowed him to trigger me. I allowed him to keep showing me and holding that mirror to me what the fuck was still in my mind. And I just kept checking in with me of, how am I seeing myself right now, based off what is or isn't showing up in the current reality, because that's also the pattern you're breaking. So if you're always hyper fixated on what is someone giving me, what is someone doing, am I getting what I want, you're always needing to check the 3D or needing that experience in your 3D reality to confirm your worth and value, that is boom, bang, point fucking blank in your face, letting you know that your self-concept's not on point. That unless you have someone, validating it or showing you in some way that they love you and care about you constantly, you don't feel loved or cared for or good enough, because you don't feel chosen. You're not feeling like you matter. You don't feel important. So all that shit's got to switch. If you want to get what you want, you got to start with you. You have to interrupt your old self. You have to interrupt your way of chasing, begging for love, accepting bare minimum, having low standards for yourself, staying with someone out of fear, or accepting shitty circumstances out of fear of the unknown, of if I don't accept this and stay in this, even if it's not satisfying me, even if it's not good for me, then that means that I'm not going to get what I want. Like, all of that is never going to manifest the desired outcome you want. And it just keeps you stuck in the reality where you don't get what the fuck you want, because you're still the same you. How you see yourself in connection to this person or your love life is the same. Now, I'm speaking to people that this is where they're at still, to help you understand what's going on with you, and then to give you the remedy, which is you, babe. It's you changing your story of you. It's you. Stop begging love. Stop chasing love. Stop accepting the bare minimum. Stop staying in things that are not satisfying and don't feel good. But more importantly, because all of that you would naturally do if you knew your self-worth. You would not stay with a version of someone that is disrespectful or being unloving and unkind towards you, because your worth would not allow that to happen. You would remove that from your reality, and you would understand, oh, no, I deserve the very best, and they'll come back giving it to me. I'm not dealing with this middle fucking shitty version. And then you don't deal with the middle version, and then at some point they come back and they're a different version. That is how people get what they want. We do this with business. We do this with success. When something's not going our way, when something isn't in this current moment what we want, we don't sit there and look at it and say, okay, I'm just going to have to deal with this and this is how it's going to be forever. No. Successful people are like, what do I want instead? And they go within and they keep focusing on the desired reality that they're choosing for themselves, knowing this will resolve itself somehow, and they don't have to deal with it. You don't hang on to the old story. You don't hang on to it mentally, you don't hang on to it emotionally, and you certainly don't hang on to it fucking physically. So it's really understanding that you are the game changer, you are the goddess or god of your reality, you are the creator. You don't have to force anyone, you don't have to beg anyone, you don't have to fucking chase anyone. All you gotta do is just keep working on the story in you and moving your inner state so that your thoughts and emotions support the version of you that knows they got this. And you do that whether SP's showing you got it or not. That's the piece that people keep missing. People keep focusing on, well, I need SP to do this, and they're trying to affirm, to control, and make SP say something so they feel better. Babes, that's the old you. That's you begging. That's you chasing. That's you still trying to control your reality. That's still you needing confirmation from the specific person in this moment that you're fucking good enough to be chosen. No, you're gonna fucking decide you're good enough to be chosen, whether they're choosing you or not in this moment, because that is how you actually get chosen. And that's how you don't give a fuck if somebody's choosing you or not in this moment. So everything is about you. Everyone's a mirror to you. So I want you to start, those of you, a lot of you have beautiful open minds and get this on such a deep level. And those of you that are still kind of struggling or new with this, stay away from the quick gimmick shit and just start focusing on, how do I move myself into the version of me that knows this is possible for me, knows that I'm worthy to receive this? Because those of you that, again, have the history of this and the pattern of this, your belief about you is trumping how you see people showing up for you. This is why it doesn't stick. So would you decide to have a reality where you no longer feel insecure, that you feel good enough no matter who you're dealing with, that you know anybody you want will have no choice but to come and correct one day? We don't know when. It could be tomorrow, it could be a year from now, it could be 3 years from now, but you're gonna get what you want. I mean, it doesn't have to be 3 years, but I'm just saying it could be, and who cares? Because all that means is you've just been working on you. But I think it's really understanding that if you're getting what you want, then you keep reminding yourself of, I got this. Like, you won't need it. You know, one of the things I was telling my Goddess in Love group the other day, I was like, some things do take a little bit longer to manifest in, and that's okay. Not everything you want comes within an hour. So why are we all trying to aim for getting everything in an hour? and then you're just disappointing yourself. So you certainly can if that's what you want to do. But I think, again, those people that need something to keep showing up and are upset when they're noticing that they're not manifesting in an hour or a day or whatever these little miniature time limits are, then all that's letting you know is that you're not trusting in the unseen. You don't really believe you're the operant power, and you still need something outside of you to fulfill you in some way, to make you feel like, oh, this is mine, I can have this, or oh, good, I feel better about myself, and I feel better about the situation because now I'm getting evidence in the 3D that goes against everything we talk about, that goes against everything Neville fucking talked about, which is there's a gestation period that you're just doing using your imagination. His own brother, it took him, I think it was 2 or 3 years to get the family business back that someone stole from them. I think it was their uncle or their father or someone, and his brother would look out the window and he would visualize every night the sign of the family, his family's name on the building, and it took a couple years before it manifested, but it fucking manifested. So I really want to support people in not chasing, not needing something to show up right now the second order for you to feel good enough. What I was saying earlier, and I got sidetracked, is I know for me, I never wanted to feel insecure and not good enough again. I don't give a, it was never about my specific person. I just allowed him to show me what was still in me. He's not that special, not to be mean, but he's really not. None of them are. You know, it was just me in a state of when I met him that I was so, obviously I had low self-concept when he came in my reality, and he triggered all these things in me. So I'm grateful to have the experience. I'm grateful that he's in my life. I'm grateful that it really allowed me to grow and really, you know, become aware of everyone as you pushed out and really practice it with him. But ultimately my goal was about me, that I no longer want to be the woman that I do not feel insecure. I no longer don't feel good enough. I will not continue to put men on a pedestal. I wanted to become her. I wanted to get acquainted with that version of me when it came to my love life, because I don't know her. I didn't know her in my love life. I never knew that version of me when I wanted someone and had feelings for someone, because my old beliefs about me and love kicked in and took over. That's what they do. So I strived to become that woman, and now I am that woman. And when you are that version of you, you don't need the evidence in the 3D to confirm and validate it. You know it's happening. You know it's on its way. You know it's unfolding. You know it's already in progress. You're not worried about it because you're the version of you that already feels worthy, good enough, chosen, and special, and is excited because that's who you are. So when you are this person, you see the possibilities, you know everything is possible to be yours. You are limitless, you are unstoppable. This is what being a goddess is. This is what being a god of your reality is. Because the only reason why we think we can't have things is because we feel on some level we're not good enough. Even if you're holding the old story of your specific person and you see them as they won't change, they'll never be different, it's because you believe you're not worthy enough for them to want to change and be different. It always boils down to self-concept. So I hope you found this video helpful. If you have not joined my monthly coaching group, please check out the link below. I extended the promo pricing and bonuses. However, I did raise the price from the original low price, but I still wanted to give you guys a chance to get in if you weren't able, because we've just had so many amazing people join, and I'm excited to see you every month. So link is below to learn more, because once this promo's done, it's definitely not starting for quite a while. All right, I'll see you guys soon. Bye.